Okay, we need to talk. And this isn't just another update, this is an emergency briefing. Something fundamental has just shifted in the world of cybersecurity. And I'm not just saying that. This change is so big, it's triggered a massive, unified warning from the absolute top dogs in the industry. The Cloud Security Alliance is calling it a vulnerability storm. And that's exactly what it sounds like. I want you to picture an AI-driven tidal wave of security flaws, just one after another, crashing down. The problem is our current defenses, our entire way of doing things. They're just not built to handle this, not even close. And the scary part? It's coming way faster than anyone thought. Now look, this isn't just some theory cooked up in a lab or a single research paper. No, this is a formal public warning, and you won't believe who's co-signed it. We're talking about the most respected names in global security. Seriously, it's a who's who of cybersecurity. You've got people like Jenny Struley, the former head of CISA, that's America's cyber defense agency. And right alongside her, Chris Inglis, who is the national cyber director at the White House. These are not small names. And it doesn't stop there. They're joined by Heather Adkins, Google's own chief information security officer, and Rob Joyce, the former cyber chief at the NSA. So you see what's happening here. You've got the government, you've got the private sector, all these top leaders coming together to sound the exact same alarm. They're all saying a storm's coming. So the big question is, what could possibly cause this level of alarm? What gets all these people in a room to agree on something so urgent? Well, it all boils down to one single groundbreaking piece of technology. So let's meet the AI that's at the center of this whole thing. Its name is Claude Mythos. So, Claude Mythos, it's a new large language model from the AI company Anthropic. But you gotta understand, this is not like the AIs you've played with that write poems or answer trivia. No, this AI was trained for one very specific, very powerful purpose: to read and understand computer code at a superhuman level. And its goal? To automatically find, and then, this is the key part, exploit serious security flaws in the software we use every single day. We're talking operating systems, web browsers, the whole shebang. And when they tested this thing, honestly, the results are staggering. Mythos didn't just find a couple of bugs, it found thousands. But here's the kicker, the part that should really make you sit up. To prove what it could do, they pointed at OpenBSD, which, is famous for being a super secure operating system. And Mythos successfully exploited a flaw that was found and supposedly patched 27 years ago. Just let that sink in. It found a brand new way to break something we all thought was fixed for nearly 3 decades. So you can see, this isn't just another tool for the cybersecurity toolbox. Not at all. This is a true game changer. It's something that fundamentally tilts the scales, creating this massive, massive imbalance in the fight between the attackers and the defenders. Let me paint the picture of this new reality for you. On one side, you've got the attackers, who are about to get the power to find and weaponize vulnerabilities at machine speed. Literally, click a button, find a flaw. But on the other side, you still have us, the defenders, stuck with very human limitations, right? We've got slow patching cycles, we don't have enough people, and there's always that constant pressure to keep everything online. It is, quite simply, becoming an unfair fight. And the Cloud Security Alliance, they don't mince words. In their briefing, they say it bluntly. Attackers will gain an asymmetric advantage. And what that means is that all of our old playbooks, how we patch things, how we respond to incidents, how we even measure risk, they're all obsolete. They just weren't designed for a world where exploits can be found and launched at this kind of scale and speed. And we can't forget about the human cost in all of this. This AI is going to create a non-stop flood of new vulnerability alerts. We're talking about a frequency that nobody has ever seen before. The risk of just completely burning out the security teams on the front lines, it's incredibly high. These folks are about to be totally overwhelmed. Okay, but it's not all doom and gloom. This story isn't just about the threat. It's also about a huge coordinated effort to actually get ahead of it. The strategy is pretty simple, but it's a real race against time. And the goal is arm the good guys first. So the industry is responding with this big, preemptive effort called Project Glasswing. And its entire mission is to give defenders a fighting chance by giving them that critical head start. And they are not messing around. They are putting serious resources behind this. We're talking $100 million. That's a huge amount of AI credits dedicated purely to this defensive effort. So yeah, this isn't some small pilot program. This is a massive investment to get our collective defenses ready before that storm really hits. So here's how Project Glasswing works. It's all about that head start. They're giving priority access to the big players who make the world's most critical software. Companies like Apple, AWS, and Microsoft. The idea is they get to use this powerful AI on their own code, find all the hidden flaws, and get them fixed before the bad guys get their hands on similar tools. It's a preemptive strike. And it's not just about the tech giants, which is really smart. They're also donating another $4 million to open source security groups. This is so important because it ensures that all that foundational open source code, the stuff that basically runs the internet, also gets a much needed defensive upgrade. And this whole strategy is getting a lot of praise from across the industry. You have folks like Patrick Minch, who's the CISO at Mondu, and he says that giving this power to the defenders first is the right instinct. And he's right. It's basically everyone recognizing, hey, the game has changed, so we have to change with it, and fast. So let's zoom out. What does all of this really mean for the future? Well, it means we are entering a brand new era of cybersecurity. And all the old rules, you can pretty much throw them out the window. So let's just quickly break down the most important takeaways here. First, you've got to see AI as a double-edged sword. It's going to make both attacking and defending way faster. Second, this means we need a total recalibration. Our old risk models, our resource plans, they're obsolete. And third, and this is critical, Project Glasswing is a fantastic head start, but that's all it is, a head start. The race is officially on. And for any Chief Information Security Officer listening right now, the message, the mandate is crystal clear. You have to start adapting your defensive strategies, not tomorrow, but right now. You've got to get your teams and your tech ready for these coming waves of AI-driven vulnerability disclosures. Which really leaves us with one final and kind of scary question. The defenders have a head start in this new AI arms race, which is great, but for how long? Are we about to use this technology to create an age of unbreakable defense? Or have we just opened Pandora's box and unleashed the tools for truly unstoppable attacks? Honestly, the answer to that question is going to define the next decade of our digital lives.